Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Tonight we're going to be going through some spring training stories. Blake,
Yeah.
we're going to start off with Anthony Rendon. He had some interesting comments. This is via Fox Sports MLB on X, and
Yeah.
let's get into it.
Is it still a top priority for you though?
That's never been a top priority for me. This is a job. So I do this to make a living. My faith, my family come first before this job. So if those things come before it, I'm leaving.
Is it a priority?
Oh, it's a priority for sure. This is my job. I'm here, aren't I?
Do you want to be here?
I don't want to talk to you guys at 7 in the morning or whatever time it is. So
Do you want to like be here playing baseball?
I
for
have
the Angels?
answered your question. So why do you keep picking at it?
Oh, yeah, you technically answered it.
Thank you.
Is it still a top priority for you though?
That's
Yeah,
never been a top.
Alrighty, Blake.
It's interesting. So seeing the video and seeing the actual just the words, it's way different context, right? Like if you
Yeah.
read what he was saying, you'd be like, wow, that guy's a dick. But you actually watch the video and it's a completely different context. Often video is when you read text, but Anthony Rendon, he's kind of a soundbite machine when he gets a mic put in front of him. So, yeah, it's I don't know. It's tough when you're making $40 million and he's obviously hasn't been healthy, right? I mean, it's probably been tough on him mentally, not to be on the field. Obviously, he wants to play the game, but it's definitely interesting for sure.
Yeah, there's this stigma that he hates baseball and
Yeah.
doesn't want to be there, and I just really think it more comes from a frustration of him not playing for the past couple of years.
Oh yeah.
Um, there's been some mistakes made as far as the media goes, and then also, the incident last year in Oakland with the fan.
Right.
I just think that this guy needs to, I just think he's unhappy right now, right? So when you
Yeah.
show up day one, he's already frustrated from the other years, but it's kind of carrying into this year. You don't love to see that as an Angels fan,
Yeah.
like myself.
Yeah.
It's kind of like I wish it was kind of like clean slate. Let's get it going. New manager, young kids. Let's play for each other. I wish it kind of was like that. As far as the media goes and what he's saying, even if it's just, hey, I'm just gonna appease everybody and say, hey, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling healthy. Let's play.
Yeah.
Typical, stuff. I respect the transparency,
Oh yeah.
but it's just tough when everything that else that's gone on. And Angels fans are frustrated. They want to see this guy produce like we know he can, and um, it's just at the end of the day, I don't think anybody's gonna argue that, if you're religious, God and your family come first before anything else. So
100%.
I think it's just how it was said
Yeah.
and who's saying it, and there's already a bad stigma around it. um you know you can kind of find anything to kind of put an extra dent, right,
Yeah.
in this guy's armor, and um unfortunately, you know that's what we're getting here.
Yeah, there's no denying that Anthony Rendon is a top superstar level player when he's on the field. And the Angels record shows for that, right? I mean, when he's on the field, the Angels win a lot of games. So,
Yeah.
unfortunately, the last couple of years, he hasn't been on the field. I mean, you saw how he played in the 2019 World Series, right? I mean, just kind of carried that offense. So, yeah, not an ideal start to his spring training with the media, but let's go take a look at Mike Trout.
Alrighty.
I'm going to put my 2 cents in there. I think the biggest thing right now is I think the easy way out is just ask for a trade. You know, there might be a time, maybe. I really haven't thought about this, but when I signed that contract, I'm loyal. I want to win the championship here, and yeah, that's mainly. I think the overall picture of winning a championship or getting to the playoffs here is bigger satisfaction, bailing out and just taking the easy way out. So I think that's been my mindset. Maybe down the road if something's changed, but that's been my mindset ever since the trade speculations came up. So that's where I'm at.
What would change? I mean, in theory, because it's.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't predict the future. Like I said, that's been my mindset. I think the overall build of not getting to the playoffs, and then finally that when it happens, I think that's bigger than if I just wanted to just get out of here. So, I think the overall relationship with everybody in this clubhouse, everybody in this organization, it's been great. If things change, obviously, and people feel a different way, we'll go from there. But right now, that's how I feel.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is
and
go ahead.
oh, go ahead. I was just gonna thank Angels News 27.
Yep.
And also original that videos from Valley Sports West. So I make sure credit's due there. But
Yep.
yeah, go ahead.
It was different seeing. This was a different Mike Trout interview. We haven't seen kind of this side of Mike Trout where he actually talks about the potential of getting traded, right? I mean, he has every right to be frustrated if he wants to. I mean, he's been there since 2011. He has 3 playoff games under his belt. Shohei Ohtani just bolted for free agency. So, I mean, I feel like Angels fans would understand if he requested a trade. I mean, he's been through a lot with that franchise, but I also respect the transparency and his willingness to stick it out, even though it's been a tough decade for him there. So, yeah, it's cool seeing this side of Mike Trout. Obviously, if you're an Angels fan, you don't want to see him talk about that kind of stuff. You want to see him stay and be a part of the transition and the youth movement here. So, you're an Angels fan. Like, what was your thoughts when you first heard that?
I understand. I mean, he's frustrated with losing with the same side. He'll tell you, he said in other interviews, and I think in the beginning of this one as well, he's talked about he needs to stay on the field, right? Yeah. It's not just that Anthony Rendon's hurt or Shohei had TJ or, it's that Mike Trout has been injured for the past couple seasons, and that's just the truth. So I think he's also feeling that too. Like, it's not that he knows that there's a responsibility there. I know it's not, obviously you can't predict breaking your hamate bone in your hand on a swing. Like, it's just a wear and tear injury. It sucks. It happened. At that time, the Angels were in the wild card race, and Trout wasn't a part of. Even when they traded for guys, he was hurt. Yeah. He came back for 2 games and he went back on the IL. His hand just wasn't ready.
Right.
And I respect him for trying, but as far as all the other years go, that's an ownership issue. I mean, it is what it is, and you only can go forward. But they do, like you said, the youth movement, Shanuel, Neto, Ohapi. You want to put Moniak and Adele in there, Detmers. There's some young guys there. They could build around this. They have money. Even with Rendon and Mike Trout's big contracts, they have money. They're under the luxury tax. Ultimately, I think Mike Trout wants to win as an Angel. He said it in that interview. I truly do believe that.
Yep.
But yeah, if there's going to be either ownership change and they just don't see eye to eye, or ownership's not willing to go the extra mile to try to build a winner, I understand. And you know what? As far as Artie Moreno goes, he hasn't been the best owner in baseball. So
no.
I don't know. It sucks. He said down the road. Hopefully that road's not near, and hopefully they can get it on track and at least have a over 500 season. I think that would go a long way.
Right. I mean, you want to see Mike Trout in the playoffs. You want to see the best players in the playoffs. I mean, that's the ultimate goal. Everyone talked about that with him and Ohtani the last 4 or 5 years, right? So, yeah, it's going to be an interesting year for the Angels. We'll see what happens.
Yep. All righty, let's jump over to Stanton. He's looking good. Look how thin he's looking.
Oh yeah.
This is via Greg Joyce.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he looks like a completely different person. I mean, before he's just looking like The Rock, and now he's like, I've never seen him this thin.
No, even in his days with the Marlins, like I haven't seen him this thin. He's always been a big, bulky, stocky guy. I think that he really took his offseason serious. I mean, he could barely run. I mean, he got thrown out at the plate halfway up. He was halfway down the line and he was out by a mile. So he obviously took his fitness serious. It wouldn't surprise me if he hit 50 home runs this year. He's got that power still in him. It's just been a health issue with him. And
yeah, and his GM called him out for it during the offseason.
He did.
And that was the story. So Brian Cashman came out and said, hey, Stanton, it's not if Stan gets hurt, it's win,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that obviously lit a little fire under his ass, and um, and I like that. I like the I'm a prove you wrong type thing, and there's this video too from Chris Kishner
Yep.
of Stanton just hitting an absolute missile.
Dead center too.
Yeah.
He looks good. He looks good. He has more of a he has more like an open stance too. Remember he came in, he's all closed off and whatnot. So yeah, like I said, it wouldn't surprise me if 50 homers. Maybe we see Stanton play some more outfield this year too, because maybe that was one of the reasons why he got in shape. He wanted to play more in the field because Judge just came out today and said that he's going to need maintenance for the rest of his career. So does that mean more DH days for Judge? Like, I don't know. So maybe him getting more in shape is more of a team first thing. Like, okay, I'm gonna be in shape so I can, if I have to play some left field, I have to play left field, and I'm capable of doing it now. So props to him for that.
Yeah, and I mean, he shouldn't have to. I mean,
No.
obviously, if there's injuries, then it may happen. But they just don't forget they do have Trent Grisham.
Right.
So Grisham, Soto, Judge,
Verdugo.
Verdugo, and Cabrera has also played out there. So, I highly doubt we'll see Stanton in the outfield, even if push comes to shove, just because he's not the most agile guy.
Mhm.
But even if he's just getting that bats the DH spot and
Yeah.
being able to do that over, let's say, 130 games.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, if he misses games here and there, maintenance and also maybe an IL. I mean, like Brian Cashman said,
Yeah.
when he hits the IL for whatever it is, unfortunately that's just the track record right now. Hopefully he proves everybody wrong, but right now he looks really good. Alrighty, let's go over to the Sox. It's from Red Sox Stats. Rafi Devers had some interesting comments. This is gonna be via his translator, so here we go.
Lo ve y yeah, no, there's some. Everybody knows what we need. You know what we need, and they know what we need. It's just some things that I can't say like out loud, but everybody that knows the organization and knows the game know what we need.
Did you express that to them yesterday?
¿Qué se les ha dicho eso a ellos ayer o en estos días? Tom Tan hoy entramos a una conversación y le toqué el tema, pero no le toqué el tema, sí. Yeah, I talked to them. Yeah, you know.
How was the response?
Lo ve y
Yeah, it's
yeah, no,
Yeah.
interesting comments for sure. Obviously, that's some of the reasons why some of those players don't speak English, because they want their translator to translate that stuff for them. But yeah, no, everybody does know what the Red Sox mean. He's not wrong. Everybody knows what they need, right? They need starting pitching. They need a bat. Everybody knows this. So to hear a player say that, it's kind of eye-opening. We saw Dustin Pedroia and Jonathan Papelbon kind of speak out on this too, which is very interesting to see. But when your face of your franchise publicly comes out and says something like this, that should send a message to the guys up top for sure.
Yeah, and I think Kenley Jansen also said something about, the first year he knew it was kind of going to be like a build-up year, and then the second year he thought they were really going to go for it, and now, change of heart from the ownership. They said they're going to go full throttle at the beginning of the offseason, and I think, honestly, I mean, I might be on and out to town on this, but, I think that their offseason hasn't been that bad, to be honest with you. They haven't got that big piece, right?
Yeah.
Still available. Don't think they'll do it, but they're still available. They haven't got that big piece, but they added around. I mean, Grisham's going to be a piece for them for multiple years.
Yep.
You got Tyler O'Neill, who's going to take over that Duvall type spot, and probably has a higher ceiling. If we're being honest,
Then Duvall.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. I would agree.
And then you add to your pen Verdugo. Obviously, there was some riff there with Cora and Verdugo. They got him out. They got Greg Weiser, who should be a part of their bullpen for a while.
Yeah.
Getting a full year Trevor Story is going to be huge.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, I think that they're not in as bad of shape as everybody thinks. Giolito, we'll see what he is, but as far as
Yeah.
offensively go, I think they're fine. I mean, I think they're gonna be in it. I don't think they're gonna be like this trash team that everybody is saying they're gonna be, but they're the Boston Red Sox,
Yeah.
and the way they're operating right now is not very Boston Red Sox.
No, it's not at all. I mean, I'm with you on the offense. I think their offense will bang, but their rotation is so young. Like they need a guy like Montgomery. We've been saying this on every video it seems, but Montgomery or a guy like Snell. I mean, a guy at that top of the rotation that they need for sure.
Yeah. Alrighty. On some new news, but it's not really gonna matter this year. It's Brandon Woodruff back to the Brewers via John Heyman and MLB right here.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised by this. But I also am not, because now he gets to rehab this whole year with the club that he knows already. And then he comes back, he gets his walk year, and then probably off back to free agency again. So, and maybe who knows where the Brewers will be? Maybe they trade him. Maybe he
Right.
rehabs this whole year. He doesn't even, play next year for the Brewers.
Right. Yeah, and that totally is a realistic option. Obviously, coming off Tommy
I didn't
John.
see the money on this. Did
No,
you?
I didn't see the money either. No, I just saw a
Okay.
2-year deal. So,
Yeah, I'm interested to see what the money is.
yeah, I'm gonna probably guess 2 years, like 20 something,
No,
like
no,
10 mil a year.
mm-mm. There's no way.
I
They
mean,
non-tendered him.
the Jays gave Chad Green like 10.6 to rehab. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's
We'll see. We'll see when we get to our next news. Maybe I can find it on
right.
trade rumors real quick.
But this is a good value for the Brewers, I think. Obviously, he's out all year, but if you get him next year and he steps in, he's an ace, like right, ace type guy. So
Yeah.
yeah, good
Alrighty.
signing.
Then we got Liam Hendricks, who's going to do a little bit of rehab and probably will be ready at at trade deadline time.
Yeah.
This Chris Cotillo had it. He's gonna earn 2 million in 2024, as it says, 6 million in 25. But there's also some incentives. He can get up to 20 million that I was reading.
Yep.
On another tweet I saw. But
For
yeah, what do you
next
think about
year's.
this?
Yeah, no, this guy, I love Liam Hendricks. He came up with the Jays. I've always been a huge Liam Hendricks fan. Just a passionate guy, fiery guy. Really cool story with him beating cancer last year. Unfortunately, coming back and getting injured, but yeah, this is this guy is built to be a Red Sox. Like just the way he plays the game, he's gritty. Yeah, this is good. This is gonna be a good fit. Guy that has lots of closing experience for sure.
Yeah. Alrighty, let's go. Let's see if we can find this real quick. It was a 2-year deal, and
Projected salary.
yeah, I don't think they reported the money. I'm gonna guess.
Oh, what's this? Oh, that's Peralta. Okay. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm gonna guess 8 to 10 mil.
You just guessed 20, so
No, 8 to 10 mil per year.
mm,
Yeah, like 18 to 20 mil
they
total.
probably I'm not sure. He's rehabbing this whole year, so maybe a 12 million, 2-year 12 million or something. Kind of seems right, but
All right.
alrighty. Last piece of news. It's XJ.
Yep.
Ji-Ho Yu. He was the one to report that Hyunjin Ryu will actually be going back to the KBO on a 4-year deal. And he's going to be the highest paid player in the KBO, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it is.
I was kind of confused that he didn't sign with the MLB team, but maybe he was just ready to go home, and call it a quits with MLB, or maybe just the offers have been that bad. I mean, the free agency market isn't moving, and now all the teams are going to go, we don't have money, and,
Right.
play that game to get him on cheap deals.
Well,
Maybe it was just like, I mean, I guarantee he could have got more than, what is that?
well,
3 million a year.
yeah, something like that.
So it definitely wasn't a
3.25.
money thing here.
No.
in my opinion, if I had to guess.
I'm just looking
Yeah.
at the 17 billion in Korean. That's kind of
Yeah.
nuts, but yeah, this guy, he's a crafty guy. He's not gonna light up the radar gun. Just a guy that can pitch, just filthy changeup. Yeah, good for him. He had a great career. Finished runner up in the Cy Young twice, once with the Jays and once with the Dodgers. So hats off to him on a terrific MLB career, and all the best in the KBO to him.
Alrighty, that's gonna do it for tonight. We're looking forward to doing a little bit more spring training stories, and we'll see you on the next one.